From the LiveX studios in New York City, Cheesehead TV brings you two guys who like to think they know something about football.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Packer Transplants Live. I am Aaron Nagler, and with me, as always, is my co-founder here at Cheesehead TV, Mr. Corey Behnke. I am coming to you live from the LiveX studios in Midtown Manhattan. Behnke joins us live from Green Bay, across the street from Lambeau Field, and we are ready to talk some Packers. What do we have on tap today, Corey?
Today, we'll try to wash away the stink from the game down in Tampa Bay and look ahead to the showdown with a desperate Texans team. But right now, it's time for the good, the bad, and the ugly. We got the good, we got
the Cheesehead TV live stream. Hey, people had some fun. It didn't go down. People on Facebook and YouTube had a great time, unlike everybody on the field for the Packers down in Tampa.
We got the bad, we got
Matt LaFleur's game plan. What the hell was that?
We got the ugly. We got
Aaron Rodgers looking at the rush, reverting to bad habits, really throwing 2 interceptions, back-to-back drives for the first time in forever. UGLY, it ain't got no alibi. It's ugly. What's up, Behnke? How you doing?
What's up? Drinking me a Stillmank guava juice IPA, repping that local Green Bay flavor,
Some
people.
local
It's very cold here in Green Bay, so I gotta get some, alcohol in me for this show because, I'm about to have an epic meltdown that I can't hold it in anymore, Nagler. I can't hold it in anymore. I can't hold it anymore.
A little bit, sir. Hold it in for a little while longer. I know. So you mentioned it's cold. Did you have to do some shoveling? Is it like snowy cold, or are you just like chilling cold?
No, just chilling cold. It's not really cold, but here's what's funny, okay? Right. So I was outside with some contractors, and literally a Green Bay contractor was like, oh, man, I should have brought my a little warmer stuff. And I looked at him, and I'm like, it's not even cold right now. And then I was like, dude, you've been in Green Bay too long because it is cold, right? But it's not cold.
That's you know not what I'm cold. It's not the real cold, not the biting cold. Not yet. A lot of ball games left for that one. Let's get to some Packers news, shall we? Packers news. Always some Packers news to talk about, Behnke. First up, the Packers are adding someone. They are reportedly adding linebacker James Burgess. That's right. Kid off the Falcons practice squad. Right. He's been with every team in the NFL? No, I kid. Probably like 6 different teams at this point. He actually played pretty darn well for the Jets last year. Had about 80 tackles, a couple for loss, a forced fumble. Active kid. He was cut by the Jets early in September due to a back injury that he suffered during practice. But here he comes, going to sign with Green Bay. He's not going to be ready for Sunday against the Texans. But it'll be interesting to see if they throw him in the mix on the stuff from scrimmage. I suspect he'll probably start to, do stuff on special teams first. But I know you love a good linebacker, Behnke.
Hey, let me ask you this. Is he going to help us play more press coverage?
Man, I don't know. I doubt it. I doubt he helps in that regard. But we'll see. We'll see what kind of effect he might have. Up next, when it comes to Packers news, David Bakhtiari didn't practice today, people. David Bakhtiari, sound the alarm now. Bakhtiari did say on the radio yesterday that he kind of confirmed what Matt said on Monday. This is not a season ender. It's not even a long-term thing. But his not being at practice today pretty much sets up the fact that he's probably not going to play on Sunday. Now, we've got a long way to go, but it doesn't bode well that the Wednesday, your first day on the practice field for the week, Bakhtiari did not participate. Not a great sign. Not a great sign.
I don't like it. Ty Schmidt asked Aaron Rodgers on the Pat McAfee show yesterday if he asked him what Rodgers thought about D-back not being in,
right?
And Rodgers gave a pretty it basically was like, "Hi, you've inserted a media question. I'm going to give you the media take," which is
I don't want the media questions here, sir.
And he literally was like, dude, that's the most media question I've ever heard from you. And I just want to say to Aaron Rodgers real quick, if you ever come on this show, I will never ask you a media type question. I promise you, I'm going to make that promise to you right here. I'm going to put it in I'm going to gonna put it in blood or Stillmank in this case, guava juice IPA, and there we go.
I cannot make the same promise, but I'm sure that Corey Behnke will undoubtedly hold to
I got
that
lots
creed,
of questions,
no
Aaron. I got lots of questions, okay? So just letting you know.
Yeah, he gave
all good,
Ty,
all good, all good,
he
all
gave
fun.
He gave Ty a little bit of the preview of what the media got today. Whoo, baby! Aaron Rodgers was not having it today. I mean, he
knew that was going to happen,
shooting
though.
Stuff
you knew
down.
that was going to happen.
It didn't help that Mark Daniels started with a really bad question, and then it just went downhill.
Oh,
there,
Mark
so.
Daniels! Why? Why did they let him ask questions? Why?
Because he's on the beat. He's allowed.
Like, there should be a quiz, okay? Jason Waller should have a quiz, okay? And
right.
the quiz should be like, okay, you have to know these 10 things, and you have to answer in such a way, and you have to formulate questions, okay? So you need to be able to ask grammatical sentences. Like, you need to, like, put not what I just did there, with the opposite of what I just did, okay? You need to be able to say... You need to ask a question, not what did you think about?
Totally already
and why
off
would
the
you
rails.
start with Mark Daniels? Also, come on, guys. Why would you start? Okay. Maybe let's not blame Mark Daniels, but if you are the Zoom person who's the moderator in charge, right?
Wait, so now you're going to go after Sarah Quick? Now you're going to go after Sarah Quick?
No, I'm not.
Is that what you're telling me?
I'm not going after. No. I'm just going to make an unsolicited suggestion. Okay. I'm just going to make a
That's what we do here.
Yes. I'm just going to say, okay, if you're going to start the questions out, okay?
Oh God.
Don't start with Mark Daniels, okay? Don't start with Bill Huber or Mark Daniels. Anybody else? Start with a TV person. Do an easy one, you know? Just saying.
I just love how you like throw everyone under the bus, like not even inadvertently, but like on purpose. So great.
Nagler, I don't give enough Fs. I don't. Count how many Fs I give. 0. I'm still wearing gloves because some asshole in the media was like, "Oh, you're a fan who wears gloves." Come on, man. I'm with Aaron Rodgers on this, okay? I'm on the Aaron Rodgers. I'm driving the Aaron Rodgers caravan. Anti-media bias training. Here we go. Let's go.
I will say your one point in that whole diatribe that was correct, that I 1,000% support, is the making sure somebody takes a quiz so that they never, ever, ever ask a question that involves talk about. Or talk a little bit about.
Oh my God. It's the laziest. It's the laziest.
The
like
absolute worst.
The thing about it is the thing that I've learned, and I know you don't want to talk about this right now, but I'm just saying the thing that I've learned is the people you ask really good questions. I think everybody's going to agree with me. You don't hold punches, but you think about it. Like here's the thing, okay? I remember you and I being at FanFest, okay? And it was the first time we were allowed. Was that the first time we were allowed, or was it? Oh, shareholders. I think was the first time we were allowed to be in the media room, right?
Yep.
So I remember being like, dude, I'm not asking him anything because I haven't formulated a question. I can't do this. This is homework. I need to think about this for an hour, right? So like I did for Coach, right? So it's like you formulate you think about what you're trying to like you don't think about here's what I want from my article. You think about what are the things that I have questions about,
yes,
right?
100%, because it's organic and it's like this is stuff I'm curious about, so I try to think about how to frame it. And also part of it is when you're asking the question, you want to try and head off the obvious cliched answer, right? Because you got to
think about the result, exactly
how they're going to respond. And like today,
if you ask a shitty question of Aaron Rodgers, he is going to fillet you. That is what he does.
Correct.
So why would you do that? That's what I mean. That's just dumb. It's on you. Honestly, if you know what the answer is going to be, it's on you, and that's where we get into all the other stuff, and that's where I have problems.
I feel you, and you are absolutely correct. Hey, I love that we're 2 bullet points into the script, and we're already completely off the rails. But let's keep going.
Hey, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Here we go. Here we are.
Okay, are we back on track now?
Yes.
Okay, very good. We'll talk more a bit about the news with the signing of – this is a big one for you, Behnke. Ben Braden is being added to the practice squad. That's right. Get the practice squad going, and we definitely have non-football people in the graphics room because the practice team is not a thing; it's a practice squad. But I'll forgive them. It's quite all right. We need a little brush up here at LiveX for practice squad, not the practice team.
Oh, man.
Did my daughters do this? Come on now. There it is.
Honestly,
they switched it live. There you go.
Nagler, here's the thing. Just like the graphics team, no one cares. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. No, it'll be nice when we see him play later. It'll be fine.
He was an undrafted free agent for Michigan, spent nearly 2 months on the Packers practice squad last year. He was released last November. Okay, there we go, Bear. I just wanted to get that in.
So what was the best thing you saw from Ben? So here's the thing, Nagler. What's the best thing you saw from Ben Braden last training camp?
I didn't see anything.
What stuck out at you?
I didn't see a damn thing. Nothing. Zero.
So in 2 months of training camp, you do not even remember watching him, and you saw every training camp last year.
Correct.
Wow. Okay. Glad we spent some time on that.
I don't watch the dudes at the other end of the field. You know this. I'm always with the ones. I got to find out what Aaron Rodgers is doing.
I know.
You know me. All right, let's get to the offense, shall we? Because, oh, boy, is there stuff to talk about when we're talking about the offense.
Oh, my Lord. Man. Oh, a lot to talk about, a lot to unpack. Okay, the big thing that people are talking about. Yeah, well, go ahead. I want to say what you were. We had different ideas of how that transition was going to happen, but I did at least come to the table bringing the transition that time. So
let's talk about the pressure. Let's talk about the fact that all last week, all we talked about was how they were going to pressure, they were going to bring it. There was plenty of stuff on tape from the Saints game to show you how they might go about it. And lo and behold, Todd Bowles brought the pressure. And guess what? It was really successful. Wow. So now every team is going to study that tape. And I'm not sitting here going to tell you that the blitz rate is going to be the same, because obviously it's not. Not everybody has their personnel. But the stuff that they used, the types of pressures, the types of designs to get guys free, that's going to be replicated. That's going to be looked at, and that's going to be called. And the Packers have got to find better answers for it, because Sunday was a disaster.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just going to say, like, this guy right here was completely wrong about how we were going to handle the pressure. I thought that based on what our offense had done, that they were going to take it seriously based on, who Bowles is and everything. I want to say, and I know everybody's going to be like, you homer, you're always hopeful, optimistic, but I want to hang this, okay, based on Aaron Rodgers, what he said yesterday, I just want to hang this on a little shelf, right, where it's not about they don't have the anti-pressure playbook set. Right. I think it's more about they discounted and they didn't focus on it enough. And it goes back to, LaFleur saying they had a bad practice, Rodgers saying they had kind of bad practices. I'm hoping that's what that is, because you clearly saw in the first 4 games that they could handle pressure when it needed to. But when you really look back at the tape that you were seeing, in my mind, the 2 things that really stuck out was the inability of our running back team to really stick blocks when it really mattered, and it was all on the line.
There were a couple bad blocks from both Jamal and Aaron. That's true. That's very true. I want to give a shout-out to Bodo
had
Winter
either
here
of those stuck.
It is time for you guys to go to love. Ha. Even though I'm a Steelers fan, I do appreciate y'all's channel. Good job. That's really, really kind. And he's given a very generous super chat, so thank you very much. That's very kind of you. The fact that you're watching a Green Bay Packers themed show at 5 Eastern on a Wednesday and you're a Steelers fan, that's pretty damn impressive. Thank you, sir. But, yeah, the pressure is a problem.
Can we get back on track now?
The pressure is a problem, man. I'm telling you. You talk about how the fact that, yes, they have counters, yes, that they have any ability to get to them. I mean, I think Matt LaFleur's, still – relative newness on the job when it comes to calling plays and trying to find stuff that works in the moment, that was really exposed on Sunday. And Rodgers kind of alluded to it during his media availability just a little while ago, where plays were coming in late. It really felt like he was searching, like he couldn't find anything that was working. Nothing was working. So whatever they had planned obviously went out the window, and it was really hard for them to get on track. And I'm telling you, man, teams are going to replicate it. Teams are going to come after them now, and until they show a counter and an ability to deal with it, it's only going to get worse. So I'm telling you.
I was just going to say the second thing, my second thing, while you're like getting a chat from a Steelers fan, The second thing that I was going to say is some of that, to your point, I agree with what you're saying, but some of that is on Aaron Rodgers, even in his pre-snap reads and in his inability to see that the blitz was coming and where it was coming from. So whether that's in tape, because if you know that the blitz is coming, you're going to look for the second read. You're going to take the dump offs. You're going to pull. You got Tom Brady across from you. That's what this guy does, right? He reads the blitz. He sees where it's not, and he takes the flat, and he calls it a day, and he takes his 4 or 5 yards. So something changed in the mentality. I do agree with there's something changed in the mentality where he didn't click in. It's like a business owner when you have to pivot hard because the thing that's coming at you is coming at you, and there is something that like bothers me with his inability to see that, especially as the game consistently went on. I can't just throw that on the floor like oh, LaFleur didn't call the right plays. It's like every play has a second read that's quick. That's a dump off. That's get the hell out of this play.
I mean, yes, they have progressions and they have outlets and what have you. But it's weird that I'm the one like defending Aaron because I'm usually the one kind of like picking his game apart. But like he mentioned, like when the play is getting in so late and you're getting up to the line of scrimmage with 5 seconds left, it's not like you have
much
time
to read the blitz,
to read what's going on at the line of scrimmage and to make adjustments. True. So you're pretty much set with having to. And you saw him take the delay of game and how frustrated he was. Look, it's always more than one thing, right? It's never just A. It's always 100%. A, B, C, or D. And it's just a question of making sure all those things are working in Congress, in together. And they just have to make sure that they got their P's and Q's squared away, or else, like I said, it's be open season on Aaron Rodgers, and that's the last thing you want. Hey, you know what? You know what's a really good way to alleviate all this? To get out of your fucking head, not have to read a blitz, not have to deal with pressure. You know what's a really, really, really good way to get rid of all that?
What's that?
Run the damn ball. And I'm not talking trying to
you mean
run
pitch? So not pitch
plays.
To the left or to the right?
Those toss plays, that's like the worst fucking idea I've seen from Matt LaFleur in his short time in Green Bay. Why on earth he looked at that defense and thought, yep, that's our ticket on the ground. A week after they lost Vita Vea, I guess it was trying to fake them out, maybe trying to think, oh, they're going to be blitzing a lot, so we're going to outflank them? I have no idea. Man, but the thing that drives me nuts, though, is that, like, you've got Jamal Williams. You've got A.J. Dillon. You've got these guys who know they can pound it up in the middle. You saw the use of motion with Aaron Jones in place of Tyler Ervin open up things a couple of times, and when they actually utilized it, it worked. Just run,
and
keep
notwithstanding, the Packers were the first team to have 2 running plays of over 20 yards against the Bucs, who are the second-rated defense in the NFL. And after this game, probably number 1. I'm not 100% sure on that. But that goes to your point, right? We were getting 20-yard runs occasionally running up the gut.
Well, the A-gap was your friend in this game, and they completely ignored it. And it just kind of blows my mind. And it's the same theme we saw last year when they had trouble against San Diego, Los Angeles, the Chargers, and the 49ers. For whatever reason, they think they can utilize something on the outside. They think they can throw it around the yard. These teams, they rush the passer too well. You run at speed, not away from it. Run at it. That is the way to negate it. And the fact that they keep making this mistake kind of blows my mind. And I understand they're not a road grading team. That is not like their MO usually. But occasionally, if you are the team that supposedly crafts their game plan week by week to take advantage of your opponent, the way to take advantage of that opponent is to pound the football, pound the rock. And the Packers refuse to do it. So I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I love this. Somebody just asked, have we discussed the post-bye week struggles? Does Coach need to reevaluate off-week approach? I mean, it's 2 years. It's a small sample size, right? And I would also point out, everyone keeps saying like they haven't won after the bye. They beat the Seahawks in a playoff game after a bye. So, like, are we really ready to go there yet? I'm not.
No, it's dumb. is dumb.
I don't know if it's dumb. I understand the impetus to like ask that question.
No, I just think it's dumb. It's one of these things that's like a false equivalency of the thing. It's like, oh, look at this thing that means nothing.
All right. We'll probably agree to disagree on there. The last thing on the offense.
That's what we do, Nagler.
Yes, it is. Last thing on the offense, diversify this attack when Adams is in there. We got to diversify. I mean, I understand Adams is the man, and I understand Aaron wants to get to him. But, man, when Adams comes back and when Adams is in there, I understand him being the focal point. But they got to diversify, and they got to make that a point of the game plan. And I love Devontae. But this offense could be so much more. And it seems like every time we go through this with, he meaning Aaron Rodgers, is zeroing in on Adams. Some people want to take exception. Some people think, oh, yeah, that's very obvious, blah, blah, blah. It's like, let's try it the other way just one time. Where we actually try to remember the old days when we used to sing about weapons and about how they'd have like 6, 7, 8 different guys with receptions.
That was like 2 days. That was like 2 weeks ago, by the way, Nagler.
Yeah, I know. You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
I think, yes, I do. We had weapons because I remember doing a tweet that was like weapons. Well,
let's utilize them. And
I think we had like 14 receivers.
2 weeks ago when Adams didn't play. Exactly.
Well, I think to your point, too, I want to say is what I do think that they will learn from this week that I don't know that they learned from last week, right? If you look at last year, you know, it's like if I kind of see it as a curve for the offense, right? Where it's like we needed that year to kind of get Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur in sync. So now we have Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur in sync, right? So now they're in sync, and now they're going to move forward. And here is an occasion where I think they almost took themselves for granted, right? They're not self-scouting. Like, to me, it's a self-scout, right? Because you look at the cornerbacks from the Bucs who were like, hey, I knew when Aaron did this, and this, he was going to throw to Devontae. So, okay, well, we have to do a better job now of being like, hey, guys, we have to self-scout so that we understand. It goes back to the illusion of complexity. I think when the illusion of complexity breaks down, it becomes there's no illusion, and you see the emperor has no clothes. So that's where...
Did you just find that in the moment? Because you were like going, you were rolling, and then you were like, oh shit, where am I going? And then you were like, Emperor has no clothes.
But it was good. It
was awesome. I'm all in. I'm all in, dude. I am all in. Let's talk about the defense so I can
Sometimes it ends and it's stupid, and once in a while it's not. Yeah, okay. Defense. Do we have to talk about defense? Please, let's not. Where was Zadarius Smith? Like, where was he? Where is he? Where is Preston Smith? Like, Zadarius has this great game, and then what happened? Where is he? I don't understand,
Well,
Nagler.
Okay, I asked Coach about one very specific thing regarding the defense that has driven me nuts pretty much for the last couple of years, but specifically this year. Perry, roll the clip.
Oh, no.
When you compare and contrast, which is obviously a bit unfair, but it is the latest game we have to look at, and you look at the 2 turnover plays that the Bucs produced, and then you flip it around and you look at your defense, there's a third down situation in the 2 big plays for the Bucs where their guys are right up on your receivers. I know Devontae was looking for a flag on that second one, but those are some really sticky guys who are giving problems to your wide receivers. And then you flip it around and your guys are 5, 12 yards off on 3rd and 2. Why is this defense allowed to be so passive? It just, to the layman sitting on the outside, it's a wonderment.
Yeah, I think that's something that, again, to your point, we got to make sure that we go back and reevaluate and look at what we're trying to get done. And certainly we never want to give up easy layups to the offense. And I want us to be aggressive and go out there and challenge, because we have a lot of confidence in the guys that are in the secondary that are, getting those one-on-one matchups. So, I think it's a game-by-game thing and something that we'll take a good hard look at moving forward.
A good hard look at going forward. I mean, that's, obviously a coach speak answer, but I will say the read I have from that response is that he has noticed the same thing. And I got to think it's been a topic of conversation between him and Pettine. That's my hope. That's my dream, because I can't handle
Nagler, when I saw that
3rd and 2 where everyone's playing fucking 12 yards off. I can't Do it,
So,
Behnke.
and that's the funny thing. Zach Cruz got the retweet of his life when he tweeted that 3rd and 2.
Right.
Okay, I want to say 2 things, okay, Nagler? I want to say 2 things about this. One,
Go ahead.
the Zach Cruz image, okay? And this is going to sound like I'm apologizing, okay, for the Green Bay Packers. And
Right.
you know what? I probably
kinda
am.
are.
So, here's the thing. If it's 3rd and 2 and you're on the 20, you're playing against, or they were on like the 16 or 17 of their own end zone. So you're playing against the touchdown, right? So, you know, you're trying to you're almost saying, hey, I know I'm in 4-down territory, okay? I know everybody's going to argue with me about all this stuff, but I'm just saying, I guess my point about that picture is a picture of a play pre-snap does not say, there's no context there. So in some ways, like, there's not enough things. But the second thing I want to say, okay, is when I watch that press conference, I kind of want to play it, but then I'll be Coach LaFleur, okay? So you ask the question, right? And you're asking the question, and in my brain, right, I'm watching Matt LaFleur answer the question, and I feel like what he really wants to say, you know what I'm saying? Like what he really wants to say, but he can't say. I feel like he wants to say, God damn it, I fucking told Patton to do that, Nagler!
Yeah, it's kind of the feeling I got as well. That's what I mean when I say I feel like that conversation has been had, right?
Yeah, it just feels like I delegated this and I delegated the defense to someone and they did it. And that's just facetious, right? That's completely facetious, right? I do not think, but like I almost want to like do that whole like Tom Grassi reaction thing where I'm just like, let me be LaFleur on those and be like, here's what LaFleur's really thinking, right? And it's not about you. It's just about like, you know. It was fascinating watching some of his press conferences because, you know in your head, you know all these things. And that's what Rodgers gets annoyed by, too. It's like all these people are not telling you something that you don't already know. So
exactly.
It takes a certain amount of grace. It takes a certain amount of grace as a human being to – and money helps, but it takes a certain amount of grace as a human being to have people who definitely don't know better than you tell you things you already know. It's funny. If you're on the other side of it, it's hilarious.
No doubt about it. It sounds like you have experience in this matter. All right. Can we just talk about Jaire Alexander? Can you talk about the fact that this guy...
Oh, my goodness.
This guy is an all-pro. Vote him now.
Wait.
Vote it in.
Hold on.
Write it in. He's an all-pro.
Hold on. Excuse me. Hold on. Sorry. Excuse me. Oh, yeah, Mr. Jaire Alexander. Woo!
That's well stated. But, yes, this kid is on an all-pro track, people. I mean, unless the team that he is facing literally schemes up a play designed to make it impossible for him to cover the guy. In meaning like motion into a bunch where he gets a free release and then there's a bunch of traffic that he's got to work through. Unless that happens, Jaire is shutting you down. Jaire is shutting you down. Now, obviously, the only quibble you could have with Jaire's game is he needs to start catching the ball with a little bit more regularity.
Yeah.
But
the
kid is insane. But he's so good. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you put across from him. It's getting that person is getting shut down. And then when they do play this fucking horrible fucking soft zone crap that I hate, if somebody does catch it underneath, he is the one dude who comes up and actually makes a tackle. And I know that people are going to point to the missed tackle in New Orleans, like 40,000 yards down the field, that it never should have gotten to that point, whatever. But by and large, if there is somebody catching the ball underneath, Jaire arrives with a unsunny disposition and makes sure that they stop right there. This kid is an all-pro. All-pro.
He is an all-pro. You know what I need from Jaire, what I really love? I mean, I need it like I kind of need more like I need beer than I need water, but
right,
which is more than water.
Obviously.
I really want. You remember what he did against Minnesota, where he pushes the guy into the other guy? I need
the best play of 2019 or 2018. Absolutely.
Dude, it's been since week one since we got a safety. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like I need it, like, injected into my veins. I need more. Like, I'm starting to become like a shriveled raisin needing a Jaire Alexander play. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. Well, that's what you want to talk. Though he had a great tackle on I can't remember who it was, but somebody underneath. I think it was a running back. But that's it. That's what he does. He makes sure you stop. If you get the ball, you're done. You know, and if you're trying to run a route, it's over. You're not getting the football more often than not, unless, like I said at the beginning, someone really works to scheme you up. Then maybe you've got to, maybe, not even you do, maybe you have a chance. Maybe. Jaire's the man. All right, you mentioned him earlier. Let's get to it, because everyone on Twitter's got an opinion. You are probably no different.
I don't have an opinion. I just don't understand, and I hope that Kenny Clark coming back is going to gel back this defensive front.
I hear you.
Because I just need Preston Smith and Z. I need the Smith brothers back in my life. I have an emptiness inside of me. I have an emptiness, and I need it filled.
And it can only be filled
I need
by
Smith
the Smith brothers.
By the Smith bros.
To me, look, you've seen Za'Darius. Yes, he's going to get nullified sometimes, as he was mostly on Sunday. But Z has also produced pressure and quarterback sacks and been basically around the quarterback more often than not. The curious case of Preston Smith, however, continues on, seemingly unabated. And it is unfortunate, and it is something that the Packers can't hide from. They can't run away from. At some point, you got to start thinking, okay, it's time for Rashawn Gary to be getting the majority of the snaps if Preston continues on this way. Because here's my thing, and anyone who watches Packers Daily knows where I'm going with this, because I've basically said it every single day because people ask about it every single day. To my eyes, and albeit they are very fucking layman bullshit, I don't know anything eyes, but to my eyes, Preston is playing fine in every aspect of the game other than creating pressure. The problem is you're paying him a lot of money to apply pressure. You know, you're not paid a ton of money to set the edge against the run. You're not paid a ton of money to turn your hips and drop into coverage. Those are all things that he's doing, and doing fine, by the way. He is fine. People want to talk about whatever, blah, blah, PFF grades. I don't give a shit, whatever.
I'm not even talking about that. It's like if Z is double teamed, Preston Smith has to get pressure. That's how it works, right?
And he is not winning. He is not winning his one-on-ones. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's technique. I don't know if it's desire. I don't know if it's maybe whatever, something happened in the offseason. I have no idea what it is. And anyone sitting on the outside pretending to know is full of shit. All I know is that Mike Smith has to find a way to unlock it. Because until they do, this defense is going to continue to be pretty pedestrian. They need Preston to produce. And if he doesn't, they got to start getting Gary on the field more, specifically in his place. Because they are paying him a lot of money right now to not get to the quarterback. Can't have it. Can't have it. All right, you want to talk about this Texans game, Behnke? Going down to Houston.
Texans. What's the deal? What's the deal with all this J.J. Watt trade garbage?
That ain't gonna happen.
What's going on?
That's not gonna happen.
Why is that all over Twitter right now?
Someone put it on Twitter that you will be talking about later in the show, and that took on a life of its own. That's not gonna happen. That is not happening, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
We know what's going to happen.
I would love it, by the way.
Well, of course,
that would be
it'd
amazing.
be a lot of fun.
And JJ Watt wants to come to us. Come on.
Of course.
JJ, I don't think he's going to take a pay cut, but I mean,
no.
Yeah.
But
oh
actually,
my
okay.
God.
JJ, I'm gonna address camera here. If Perry, we could take me wide. There we go. Thank you. JJ, we'd love to have you. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. That's all I needed to say.
Oh, wait. I want to say something to JJ. I want to say something to JJ.
Wait, take Corey wide. There you go.
JJ. If you come to Green Bay, your entire family can hang out in this tailgate room. I just want to say that.
There you go. That's our pitch. I mean, what more do you need? What more do you need?
Bonus.
Oh, there you go. Put some pressure on the Texans. Anyway, speaking of the Texans.
Just adding the value.
Deshaun Watson is a problem. Going to be a problem.
Wow,
I don't care. People want to talk about.
Watson, yep.
People want to
100%.
talk about like A, B, C, whatever he's done or hasn't done this year. I don't care. He is going to be a problem. Got to maintain the rush lanes against this kid. Got to not do that thing that Nick Perry always used to do, and I kind of see Preston Smith doing sometimes, where you turn the corner, but you completely overrun the quarterback. Can't have that.
Yeah.
Gotta stay
I do think
committed to your rush lanes.
looking at last year, I do feel like, Nagler, that our defense does a pretty good job for the first time, actually, in a while, of closing gaps and understanding gap closing, right?
Yeah.
Which is different than applying pressure, right?
Yeah, that's true. I'm down with that. Next, we got to expect to see Jaire on Fuller quite a bit. I don't think it's going to happen exclusively, but I do think we're going to see this a lot on Sunday. There's no doubt that Fuller is their main dude, make the receiving core go there in Houston. Gotta watch that matchup. It's going to be a ton of fun. And then finally, Packers. Hear me now. Listen to me later. Matt, I'm talking to you, buddy. Run the fucking ball. This is a team. If you can't run on this team, you can't run the ball. I don't want to hear about it. I don't care if David Bakhtiari isn't in there. I don't care whatever makeup you got along your offensive line. Run the ball this week, because this is a team that you should run all over. It should be Aaron Jones. It should be Jamal Williams. It should be A.J. Dillon. Hell, I'm down if Aaron Rodgers wants a carry or two. Run the ball. This is the week. This is the week to do it. All right, we ready, Behnke? Are you ready?
Yeah, well, I'm ready.
Oh, he's ready. All right, Perry, hit it.
This week in the Packer Blogosphere!
That's right! It's this week in the Packer Blogosphere, the return of that venerable series. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot to talk about. Whole lot to talk about.
Oh, man.
Some
What
of it
is
good.
going on Twitter, people?
Some of it bad.
Twitter, what is going on?
We'll start with
Rob
We'll start with-
Reichel.
Oh, boy. Oh, God.
Rob
Behnke.
Reichel.
Oh, Behnke.
Delete
Oh, boy.
your Twitter account. You are garbage. Okay, next. In case you missed it, Rob Reichel with literally, here's what Rob Reichel did, okay? He had sitting in his email drafts, he was like, you know what? If the Packers get bad, I'm going to drop this nugget on them. And lo and behold, in Forbes, where you get your Packers news, apparently he dropped a nugget of a turd. And then one Stu Courtney, editor for the PackersNews.com, knowing everything about the headlines, decides to make a headline, Jordan Love pick making more sense after Aaron Rodgers stinkers. Thanks, Stu Courtney, for a shitty headline and for not doing your job. Remember when the Packers News and the Green Bay Press Gazette was actually part of the Green Bay Packers? Way to carry the G, Stu. Rob, delete your account. And Tom Silverstein, maybe don't put the RSS feeds of everything up there. I know that's probably something you have to do, but basically, I know you're probably feeling the sting of Packer fans who are basically saying, why did you accentuate this garbage? And I know Packer fans are going to come at me and say, Corey, why you got to accentuate the garbage? But you know what? Sometimes you just got to take out the trash, people, okay? And we taking out the trash today, okay? Secondly, Aaron Rodgers yesterday, okay? Aaron Rodgers hates anonymous sources. I don't know if you guys listened to the show yesterday, but it was pretty amazing. And Aaron Rodgers literally said, when asked about anonymous sources, and I feel the exact same way, and I've stuck up with him for this over his entire career. And he said, the people that use anonymous sources, he literally said, and I quote, that's chicken shit, end quote. Okay. He's literally saying, okay, Ty Dunn is chicken shit. That's what he's saying, okay? If you don't think that's what he's saying, go back in history and read about Aaron Rodgers and all of the people that use anonymous sources to tear Aaron Rodgers down the night before a playoff game and when he's doing really well, so they can make sure that everybody's talking about their article that's based on anonymous sources. Number 3. And our favorite, my favorite blogger in the history of the Packers blogosphere. Peter Bukowski, who has apparently the most downloaded podcast in the history of the fucking internet, which is bullshit, by the way. If you listen to Locked On Podcasts, I understand, because Peter is a really good-looking dude, and I understand you might think like, oh, he knows what he's talking about, and he does for the most part. But somebody, and I want to give props to who was that? Pete. Oh man, my fucking handwriting. Pete Howdling. Okay, so let's play this tweet. Okay, so Pete Howdling.
Put the tweet up there.
Let's put the tweet up, right? Here we go, tweet. Okay, so Peter Bukowski decides to quote tweet Leroy Butler. So Leroy Butler correctly, by the way, Rodgers doing something he hasn't done all year, forced the ball to Adams, and it's causing the offense to be out of sync. Peter Bukowski, I love Leroy, but don't agree with this at all. Offense is out of sync because Rodgers isn't playing well and the Bucs are. Okay. Oh, you can take that tweet down. Okay. Pete Howdling. So I basically was like, this is garbage, which it's completely garbage. So Pete Howdling said to me, he goes, his whole brand, meaning Peter Bukowski, is to actually everyone. Okay. Pete Howdling, you are a genius. I have been trying to put my finger around why I don't like Peter Bukowski, because he fucking actuallys everybody. Okay, if you are actuallying, okay, think about this for a second. You're going to actually Super Bowl champion, Packer legend, 2-time Pro Football Hall of Fame nominee, and originator of the Green Bay Packers Lambeau Field Lambeau Leap trademark copyright. You are going to actually quote tweet a Packers legend. Okay, I don't even understand the hubris, the balls, whatever you want to call it. I don't even understand where someone could get the gumption to do that, okay? The fact that you think that you're going to know better than that player, especially Leroy Butler, who honestly, it's not just a reverence of that he's a Super Bowl legend and that he's a Packer, but he's actually pretty brilliant when he talks about the Packers. And actually, Pete, here's the thing. You're fucking wrong! If you're gonna actually, then be right. Because if you're wrong, you just double whammied yourself into like the netherworld of idiocy. That's all I have to say about that.
That was outstanding.
That's literally my week, Nagler. That was literally my fucking week, okay?
I'm aware.
So that is me. That is me and Twitter. And it's just like, and you know what? And Nagler and I are going to work on the rules of the internet, okay? Because Pat McAfee made a good statement yesterday where he was like, there are no rules anymore. Okay, there's rules, like who you can troll, who you can't troll. But dude, don't fucking actually a Packer legend. Like, just block me, dude. Just block me so I fucking can't talk about you anymore because it's like, it's ridiculous. Like, it's just ridiculous.
You got that off your? You good? You good? I mean, it's hard for me to like.
I got my guava.
Here's the thing. Have you ever met Pete?
No.
See,
and I guarantee you we'll get along, by the way. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. The funny thing is, if Pete came on our show, I would totally give him props, but I would give him shit. You know what I mean? Right. Like, if he had the balls to come on our show, like, and I get it. Like, he hasn't blocked me. To his credit, like, he's a – but here's the thing, dude. Ty Dunn is a really nice guy. He's a really nice guy. And 100%. I know Packer fans who love Ty Dunn. As a person, I love Ty Dunn. He's a fucking great dude, right? Yep. But 100%. What he has chosen to do for his career is bullshit. Okay? He's used anonymous sources, Jermichael Finley, to talk shit about Aaron Rodgers and his family, and he's attacked Aaron Rodgers' personal life.
Jermichael was out in the open. Jermichael wasn't a fucking anonymous source. But, okay, so my question...
That was the only one, though. Right. That was the only one.
One of two, I think. But my point, my question there was about... Maybe. my question asking that is because I've met Pete. We've had beers together, and he's a really great dude. He's a really cool guy. But everything you just said about his Twitter presence is 1,000% correct. The thing is I think Pete does it on purpose. I think Pete knows exactly what he's doing, and he knows that
he got what he wanted.
A, it gets you riled up, and B, it gets engagement. It gets people talking about him, as we are now on this show. So,
but that means our world. Okay, so
Peter
as our
Bukowski,
world burns,
well
by the
done.
way, as our
well
world
done.
burns.
Oh yeah, okay, but it ain't burning because of Peter fucking Bukowski. I mean, come on. Let's.
Oh yeah, it is.
Let's have a little perspective. Okay, can we talk about some positive things in the Packer?
Yes, let's talk about some positive.
I want to
talk about some positive.
I want to give a shout out to a number of podcasts that I have been on in the last 10 days or so because.
Yeah.
Corey, remember when we started Cheesehead TV way back in the day? All right, way back in the day. It was you, it was me, in your spare room in your Inwood apartment, way like 100 blocks that way, and never in a billion years, even though when we started it was all Packers fans worldwide, never in a trillion years did I think that in the span of 10 days would I be on, and this is true, in the last 10 days I've appeared on Cheesehead Brazil, the National Vintage League, which is based out of the UK, and the Slavic and Czech fan club of the Green Bay Packers. Those are all podcasts that I've been on the last 10 days, and all these people talking about Cheesehead TV, how it has inspired them, how it's like they love the Packers, and how we have helped them connect to their team. Corey, that is literally what we set out to do. The whole idea of connecting with Packers fans who can't be in Green Bay, who can't be at Lambeau Field, who can't be around the team, who maybe the team itself or even the local media doesn't cater to. We are here for you. We are here for everyone around the world. And let me tell you, every time we do a watch party, every time I do Packers Daily, hell, every time we do Transplants, we see people connecting from all over the globe. And I just can't tell you, it literally, yesterday when I was recording with the guys from Brazil, gave me goosebumps to hear them talk about how they saw Cheesehead TV and how it literally made them feel like they were connected to the Green Bay Packers. And that is the whole fucking reason we do this. So just wanted to give everyone across the globe a shout-out because, God, I love Packers fans. Even Peter Bukowski. I love them all.
Would Peter Bukowski consider himself a Packers fan, though? That's a good question for Peter Bukowski.
Ooh, that's an interesting question.
Does he consider himself a beat writer, a columnist, a reporter, or?
Hey, should we take some super chats?
Let's take some super chats. Yeah, let's take some super chats. Let's do it.
I want to give a shout out to Patrick. Love the show. Go Pack Go. Patrick's a Patreon member. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
Always checking in. Carrying the G from the tent, Luke. Luke, let me tell you, Luke is awesome. Not only did he buy a Cheesehead TV hat and is also a Patreon member. Speaking of Patreon, by the way, Patreon happy hour tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern. Be there, be square. Corey, I know you'll be first in line. Drew Pyle. Drew, hate losing as much as the next guy, but with Rodgers on Pat McAfee and Transplants today, I'm pretty much over it. Comeback week, baby. Go Pack Go. Drew, thank you. Could not agree more.
Yeah.
Double D, Corey, will you lend Grossi your wide receiver gloves?
No.
I knew that was the answer, but I had to ask. Andrew Ware, thank you for the super chat.
No, you can't have my decanter either, Grossi. Don't even try to come to my house and take my decanter, Grossi. I know you. I know you're eyeing it. I know you're eyeing it, buddy.
So on Alexander, in regards to playing off, we have the guys to bump at the line. All pro for sure, though. Thanks, guys. Andrew, 1,000%. That's what makes it so fucking frustrating. Amar! I got to say, Amar is one of the most fucking diehard Packers fans I have ever seen on these here internets. I hope to someday, when the whole fucking world goes back to a semblance of normalcy, to meet Amar, because he seems like a baller, and he definitely carries the G. Keep up the great work, fellas. My question is how you feel about these clickbaity reporters piling on after one bad game. Being a reporter yourself,
I think you saw my response.
I think we got a pretty good idea from Corey there. And Amar
how do you feel about it, Nagler?
Amar has a second question. How do you feel about a shootout with the Texans? Do you blitz a guy like Watson? I don't. I mean, I think you got to press man those wide receivers, but I do not want to blitz him because I think, as we discussed, if you don't maintain lane integrity, you're in trouble. The Steelers fan is back with another one. J.J. Watt wants to come to Pittsburgh so he can play with his brothers. That's great. And he doesn't.
Wisconsin.
Whatever. If he does or if he doesn't, I don't really care. But what is funny about
he doesn't. What is
funny about this gentleman, Bodo Winter, saying how the Packers could back into the playoffs because they have the Lions and whatever in their division, right? Because the Steelers have one more win than the Packers and have the Browns in their division. You're right. I'm sorry. You're right. We have a walk in the park compared to the mighty Bengals that the Steelers have to face a couple of times.
Some people.
Dude, would you? I appreciate the support, but would you think before you type? I mean, I appreciate the money.
2010 was a decade ago. Just get over it. Just get over it.
We beat your ass in the Super Bowl. It's okay, buddy. It's going to be all right. Just think about these things before you type. That's all I'm asking. Here we go. Stefan, what's up, buddy? Behnke, I love you. Every time Peter Bukowski says, quote, because my toes cramp up. Go Pack Go from Austria.
I can't. I have to go to his profile to look through it. I have to go to his profile. I do not. I have to go to his profile to be like, he didn't say anything stupid, did he? No. That's how I found that tweet. Because I was like, he didn't do something.
Oh, my God. That's what I can't understand. Why do you seek it out?
Because I need to destroy the bad tweeting, but I'm never going to. It's like it's like trying to stop a locust invasion. Lord.
Aaron Gonzalez. Man. Aaron Gonzalez says, today's my 31st birthday, guys. Enjoying a beer with my favorite show.
Happy birthday.
Out in Lake Tahoe. Cheers and go Pack Go. Hey, cheers to you.
Happy birthday.
Salud.
Cheers. I'm out of beer. I need to get another one.
Pack Fan 39, thank you for the sticker.
I get a beer, Nagler.
Tom Grossi, the decanter would be happier with me. Ooh.
No, it wouldn't. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be happier with you, not outside of Lambeau Field. Come on, think about it before you talk, man. Lord.
I don't know.
What kind of game?
That's it. That's it. Hey,
did he super chat that or he just chatted
exactly.
that?
No, he super chatted it.
He super chatted that? Wow, Tom Grossi, man, he's got that. He's just like making it rain.
He's like,
yo,
I got 100,000 subscribers. I'm making it rain, baby. That YouTube check mark came through, buddy.
Wow, getting that Grossi money, people. Yeah.
Wait. Speaking of Grossi, can we go wide to me for just a second? Just a second. I need to address Tom Grossi.
Oh yeah, is he ever gonna play you in Madden or what? What's going on?
Tom, the internet was invented many, many years ago. Madden works on the internet. I don't need this excuse that, we can't be in the same room together. I'm ready to kick your ass whenever you want, buddy. Round 2 is going to be the same as round 1. So, whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. You can produce your little
He's just stalling.
funny
He's
WWE
just stalling.
like clip to kind of promo. Whatever you need to do, buddy. Whatever makes you feel better and fills you up inside for the ass whooping you're about to get. I understand. It's all good. Hey, let's give a shout out. Let's give a shout out to our Patreon members. Thank you, each and every one of you. It's absolutely astounding the support we continue to get on that platform. I can't thank you guys enough. Like I said earlier, the Patreon happy hour is tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. It's always a ton of fun. You guys make it a ton of fun. And as someone said yesterday in my inbox, it is the most laid-back / off-the-record / unvarnished version of Cheesehead TV you're probably ever going to get. So if you want to stop by, go right ahead. It's a ton of fun. Patreon members, you guys are the absolute bomb. Love each and every one of you. Corey, you got anything else for the fine folks at home?
Let's do this. Let's go, Pay.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. That'll do it for this episode of Packer Transplants. We'd like to thank each and every one of you who joined us today and who makes Cheesehead TV part of their daily Packers routine. We are and will always be devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide.
I have a question, Aaron, for Aaron Nagler. Does he go by Packer? I see Packer Aaron sometimes writes on CheeseheadTV. Is that his? Does he go by that, or is that somebody else?
Oh yes, yeah, that's me.
Okay,
that goes way back. I think when we started the site.